Hello. So I've got a new one for you guys. Well, newish. I mean, we're still doing heavy armor and two-handed, but we're going to do well, we're calling it the Clavicus. No, we're calling it the Vile Knight, which is going to be basically like a Death Knight kind of build with the Clavicus Vile Blessing. And the Clavicus Vile Blessing basically lets us have this ability called the Bitter Blessing, which lets us trade uh, 50 in two of our stats for plus 75 in another one. Which brings us to why we picked Orc. I picked Orc for two reasons, and I'll show you both why. I'll show you both of them and why. So first of all, we started out with 185. We lose 20 for being Clavicus. He takes 20 health and stamina just to have the blessing. So with the health one not up, or I should say if I'm not using the health one, then I have minus 50 health, which as an Orc still leaves me with 115. And so then I can take, let's say, Magicka, which would give me plus 75 to Magicka, so I could actually do my summons as an Orc at level 1. The other thing that Orc gives me is 15 heavy armor, which is really nice because we get to use the first two that we can go up to combat casting right away, which is really nice. And then we will start out with Conjuration. So we will have Skeletal Soldier and Raise Dead, basically to kind of fit the Death Knight theme. So what's the plans for the build? Well, we're going to do Conjuration, two-handed, heavy armor, probably eventually Alteration, because we're going to be maximizing spell casting outside of combat. So the idea is to use Bitter Blessing for Magicka, cast our spells with Ritual outside of combat, and then switch over to the Stamina Bitter Blessing so we have a bunch of stamina for melee combat. Both of those are going to put us at minus health. So the idea is to have summons tank for us, and then we kill everything with two-handed damage. Alteration will eventually fit into that as well because it'll be another, like, we'll be casting Mage Armor outside of combat. So I was originally actually going to do light armor with this character and call it the Vile Shaman, which is credit to Lala for that. But I took heavy armor for, there's a set called the Azadal set, which is kind of almost perfect for the character that we're playing, because we're going to do the Azadal set, and then we're going to do the Rueful Axe, to finish our Clavicus Vile Blessing, which gives us another summon slot. So we already have 3 with Ritual, and then we're also going to take advantage. So if we have the Azadal set, we really don't need Enchanting, which will let me take advantage of these perks that Forn added, which basically if you take a perk in here, it locks you out of Enchanting completely. But it gives you plus 5 base Magicka, and then plus 6 base Magicka, so on and so forth, 7, 8, 9. Plus. So you get more and more each time you take it. And the reason for that is we want to eventually equip the Necromancer Amulet, which requires 200 base Magicka, I believe, which Orcs start out with 60, so we would need 140, so that would be 28 levels of nothing but Magicka, which is not really viable, because I want to put points in other things. So hopefully, between the combination of putting a few levels into Magicka and into here, we can hit 200 a lot quicker, and actually be able to have the Necromancer Amulet at a reasonable level. Before the Necromancer Amulet, of course, we're going to get the Galter Amulet, because it's basically perfect for this character, but we'll get there when we get there. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. Oh, and this build was completely busted, like it just wasn't working, and Benny was able to get it to where the Bitter Blessings were working correctly, or at least as they're described to work in the PDF, so all credit to him for getting this build off the ground, because I wouldn't have been able to otherwise. Did I spend my... I did not. I've already made this mistake once. Here we go.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin. Are you a patron of
So as much as I don't want to start in Riften, because Riften is such a common start, there's a specific reason I need to go to Riften, and it's not for any gear or anything else, or because it's easier. It's because there's a guaranteed murder that you can get there, and I'll explain why we need a murder in just a second if you don't already know. So we're going to take the Apprentice Hood, and I'll demonstrate why that is in a second too. Iron Gauntlets. We're going to take Beef Stew, 3-pack, Healing Poultice. That's everything. So I would consider taking Restoration, because the healing auras are another thing you can cast outside of combat, but I believe we are eventually going to go Vampire. So I don't think that that's going to be worth my investment, because eventually it'll stop being useful entirely, and then it'll have just been wasted perks. So why do we need a murder? Well, when you take a Daedric Blessing from the beginning, see, I don't like to do start out with a different blessing and then switch into this one. I know most people don't have an issue with that, but for me it just kind of feels weird. So I'm just going to start Clavicus Vial, but when you start with a Daedric Blessing and you don't have a murder, you only get the negatives. So we need a quick and easy murder to start out the game, one that's guaranteed to be there. And I've done a decent amount of research, and out of the starting areas, which I consider the starting areas, Riften, Solitude, Windhelm, or Whiterun, this is the only one I know of that has a guaranteed easy to get murder that doesn't require breaking in anywhere, and the person is guaranteed to be by themselves and be non-essential. Oh, Jesus. I say that, and then she follows me in. Okay. Anyways. And that is Alessandra. Dead. And there we go. So now we have our murder. And now we have all new abilities. So these are the ones that I said. They give you plus 75 in one, minus 50 to the other two. We also get this ability called Summoning Pact, which makes your summons cost 3 times as much, but it makes them last a really long time, 33 times as long to be exact. But as you will see here, we now have 102 Magicka, which we would have 177 with the Bitter Blessing, which would give us enough to summon 2 Skeletal Soldiers, because they are 66. Oh, I wonder if I could use Raise Dead on her now. I didn't even think about that. No. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think she counts as a weak dead body. I think that's like Skeevers and other, like, mediocre stuff. Anyways, so let's go ahead and favorite, like, everything. Because this is going to be a very dynamic build, and what I mean by that is we're going to be switching between stuff a lot. And I thought that sounded like a pretty interesting playstyle, this constantly switch between blessings and spells and melee and all kinds of stuff. Now, is that going to be tedious? I don't know. I thought it sounded fun, but it might indeed end up being tedious. I'm not really sure about that. So we're going to do just the Ratway, and then I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I'll probably do the Ratway and then end this episode. Because we need to get... I might actually do the Ratway, get all the quests that are here, use the gold to get to Windhelm, and start the quest there too, so I have all the bandits lit up, because the problem is the Skooma quest sends you here, but then there's another cave right next to it that's technically part of the Windhelm bounties. So I'd like to be able to do all of that in one shot. So, yeah, we'll probably do... But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's actually... I'm going to wait just because my Magicka regen's really bad. So, speaking of Magicka regen, we're going to pop the... and then I'll have the Stamina 1 equipped. So now we have 177, but then 115 and 40. So we have literally no stamina. So we got to make sure that as soon as we summon... But what's cool is I can technically summon 2 skeletal soldiers. So we're probably going to aggro these guys, come back outside, and then let our summons deal with them. See which person comes through first. Wait, did the archer kill them? Oh, wow. Well, this is not going well. This is really not good. I didn't think that they would murk my skeletal soldiers that easy. Oh, come on, man. I need to get some cover. I'm not worried about this guy, I'm worried about the archer. Because if he swings, he dies. So if you're going to turtle, I'm just going to bash you to death. See, I have a lot of stamina now, though. 165, which is pretty good. Maybe I should have taken beef stew, because this guy's going to be a problem. He might actually one-shot me, I'm not really sure. Oh, good, he's out. Cool. Well, that didn't go well. Wow, that's worth a lot of money. But hey, we didn't die, and that's what matters.
I've been looking for you. There's a new museum opening. Looks like that's it.
Excuse you? I'm level 1. Oh, does it give it to you automatically if you have a murder? Wild. Okay. Well, I'm going to take my healing poultice right now, I guess. And we're going to switch back to Magicka. Ooh, this is going to be painful. Oh, I heard the lowlife step over a bunch of stuff. Can I move now? Or am I still considered low? What? It drained one of them? Or no? So yeah, I can summon that skeever. Normally the lowlife gets pulled over here. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Ooh, level 12, actually. Okay. See if John gets aggroed. Sometimes he comes all the way over here. Oh, poison, I'll take that. Potion to Magicka, I'll take that. Oh, it probably wasn't letting me use Raise Dead because my stamina was low, so my costs are doubled. Yeah. No, this is how we're going to have to play. We are going to have to play slow at first. But I expect once I get Conjuration to 25 for it to start to take off, because we're going to do Bound Battle Axe, and we'll have Raise Dead 2, and be able to dual cast and all that kind of stuff, so... Okay. There's my Skeever. Why are my effects not showing? Oh, there we go. Oh, well. So much for my skeevers. Okay. That was weird. 30%, I'll take it. Bruh. Am I in combat? See, I should have really fast magicka regen for being ritual. Wait, did I take ritual? Son of a bitch. Bruh. I was wondering why they were 66, because they actually should be more. There we go, 80 and 112. They actually should be 25% more, but when I'm at full magicka, they're not. And then magicka regenerates 5 times faster outside of combat, is technically what it's supposed to do. Right on. Well, I guess we'll move on. How'd he walk through the middle of here without triggering this one? Whatever, man. Weakness to magicka. Rip. Rip getting good poisons. And faint. Rest in pieces. I always forget about that one, of all of them. It's another iron. 115. 115. Just a basic iron. I don't know if we're going to take alchemy, so I'm just going to preemptively get alchemy ingredients. Actually, let's just do one. Summon skeletal, raise dead. There we go. That way I only have to switch for the blessings. Was that a butterfly on the wall? No, it's some weird glowing effect. Okay, sure. Why not? Salt, bread, cheese. Now, archers are going to be devastating against this build. That's why we are going to have summons. But they're still going to be really annoying. I'm on magicka, right? Yeah. I was hoping I could reach there. You're very useful. That's a one-handed axe guy. Don't care about you. And then we're going to switch to stamina as soon as we get into combat. Or not as soon as we get into combat. We are in combat, but as soon as we actually are going to fight something. Hopefully the traps kill some of them. Well, they're killing skeevers. So that's basically how that's supposed to play. See if I can get my stamina back in time to summon another skeletal soldier. Yeah. Oh, he can shoot through that. I forgot. Okay, cool. You used up your arrows. Excellent. Cool. Ooh, gold necklace. I don't think there's any more enemies. Oh, there is one, it says. There's another archer? Since when are there two archers? Fuck. Damn. I really didn't want to have to use one of my healing potions in here because you don't actually get that much stuff from here. So those healing potions are kind of precious, but it is what it is. Yeah, see, I only have 136 gold. That's barely just going to get me to Solitude. So maybe we'll do like one bounty while we're here. I don't know. But, I mean, the early game is going to kind of be rough. We already knew that was going to be the situation. I think that's everything, though. Enchanted piece of gear was taken from here. Now, smithing is something that I might take as well, just to temper my gear. Oh, well, we can also do this now. And we start out with 480, 520 right off the bat, which is crazy. Cool. That's considered being at low stamina after one swing. But hey, man, I'll take it. Bread. I still can't open the apprentices without Fortify, though, I don't believe. No. Well, that might have just been a drain on its own. But I know that we can open Novice. 76 Septum. But yeah, let's see. 480 plus 40, yeah, is 520. Would be 30 short. So the question is, do we want to use our Fortify health in here? And I think the answer is yes. Hello. What is this? And a Fortify two-handed good? What is this chest, bro? Holy. Blessed run, question mark? We'll take that. Switch it to stamina just for ease of walking. And that's the Ratway. We unfortunately had to use a healing potion, but it is what it is. I mean, Conjuration... Whoops, wrong way. Conjuration under 25 is just not not good. There's no other way around it. It just isn't good. That's why we have heavy armor and two-handed to fall back on. The problem is, of course, archers just tear us to shreds because we don't have a shield and we don't have high armor rating. That's why I almost consider just starting Alteration and then going into Conjuration later, but eh. So I think we have, favorite increased skills. Oh, wow, we got more insights than I thought, though. It is tempting to push heavy armor to 20 so we can get the sprinting perk. So we might do that, and then push, and then we're going to push straight Conjuration until 25. So that'll give me, what, 4? Yeah. Okay. So that's all I'm going to do in this one. I basically just wanted to explain the build and do a little bit of combat with it. So next, I think we're going to do, I forgot which dungeon it is, but it's the one that's right here because it's really close. Get some gold and then probably head to Windhelm and get the rest of the bounties too, and then do both of the ones in this area. And then eventually, once we can summon a little bit better stuff, I'm going to take on I'm gonna take on the Blackbriar Mercenaries and get Frost because I definitely don't want to spend gold on a horse. 6k gold is gold that I desperately need for the Azadal set. So either way, thanks for watching. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.